Assalamualaikum, this is me NOREEN Khan. So in this video we'll talk about reflection. In the previous video I told you one example of reflection, that have you ever heard the sound of your clap second time if you're standing near a cliff? Why? What's the reason behind it? It is due to the fact that your sound waves travel in all the direction, and when it came across the barrier, this is a barrier, it come back to the direction where it was really generated. So that's the example of reflection. Have you ever seen the bouncing back of the waves from the water? That's the example of reflection. Look at this boy who's looking into the mirror. Actually, the picture that is formed after reflection is known as image. So these are some example of reflection. I think that now the reflection is clear. Let's move to the second slide, the propagation of light. Before the discussion of the propagation of light, let me just discuss that what is light. Light is basically a form of energy that enable us to see things. Of course, in the universe it is impossible for us to see anything. Just imagine your life without light. Is it terrible? Of course it is. We know that most of the objects we observe do not emit light. In a solar system, sun is only object that emit light. So light starts from the source, hitting on the surface and enters into the eyes, and our brain process this signal, which eventually enable us to see the object. For that, light is very important. And what is the propagation of light? Now it's looking so messy. Let me just erase it. Now it's done. Yeah, it's looking good. So the propagation of light refers to the manner in which electromagnetical waves, these are electromagnetical waves, transfer its energy from one point to another point. What is electromagnetical waves? Electromagnetical waves are the wave does not require medium for traveling. Actually travel with a speed of 3 multiplied 10 to the power 8. This is the speed of electromagnetical wave. We can include example as for instance infrared waves, microwaves, radar waves, UV waves, gamma rays, and a lot of examples. So that is the example of propagation of lights. Let's move to the second slide, that is rectilinear propagation of light. As you can see that we commonly observe that when the light coming from the source, here this is a source, coming from the source fall on the opaque substance. This is opaque substance, forming a shadow behind it. This property of a light leads to the idea that light travel in a straight line. But if we don't consider the wave pattern, that light, if we consider life pattern, that's a very wave pattern, that's a different thing, which is wavefront. So we'll not talk about this. So rectilinear propagation of light means that light travel in a straight line. However, it is a very controversial theory. There are a lot of theory as well. So let's move back to the slides. So this is reflection, which means bouncing back of the sound. Propagation.